Alright, so update. I went ahead and installed the full-size radiator. So I went ahead, also grounded my other ground wire from the engine to the chassis. Right now I am about to do the bleeding procedure, but since the car has been without turning on for a while, the battery is dead. So I'm trying to charge my jumper to see. If not, I'm gonna have to take it to get charged or get a new battery because it's happened before. But yeah, moving on. Alright, so moving on, we have the thermostat swivel. This is a copycat of the K20 one, like the first gen that came out. The only difference is I am running a 2001 Integra Type R thermostat, and I made 3 1/8 holes in it to see if it helps. I ended up, let me see. First, I was gonna go with the AN setup fitting -16s, but once I, as you can see, installed it, I started leaking from the fitting, and I believe the fitting was damaged. It could have been from me trying to struggle to install it. So that was a bust. So what I did was I took my Hybrid Racing K-swap one, and then I modded it. So it's in there. It's not the prettiest, you can see, but it's holding. So I'm hoping no issues over time. If not, I'll see my other options, maybe getting a universal one. But as it stands right now, it's holding. I am using, when you buy the CSF radiator full size, you're gonna, and you're running the EG, you're gonna have to cut, as you saw in the previous, the condenser mounts. So I will have to get, I'm gonna need to get another one of these. This is the actual radiator one, so I can mount it right there, as you guys can see. So that way it holds a lot more, and it's stabled. But I ended up using the same old grommets that I had. That's some tape, Scotch tape from me trying not to scratch the radiator that got stuck up there, but it's fine. So this is the connection that I was talking about, the one that's coming from the Spal fan. As you can tell, see, I am using male to female because this is male, and then the female ones are right here. So once everything's up, I'll cover this up so that way nothing gets inside the connectors. And then for the lower radiator hose, I believe the outlet, I ended up using my K-swap Hybrid Racing one. This is something else I do not like about the CSF full size, that they put the outlet here right in front of the thermostat. If they had it somewhere around here on this side, I can just run a regular hose, no issues, like I had before here, and it's just a lot simple and easier. I ended up doing a AN setup. It was, by the way, it was a pain in the butt. I don't know, it's my first time doing a 16-16 AN. I've done -6 and 8s all day long, nothing, no problem, even steel. But this was a pain. By the time I started putting the liquid, the coolant, I started leaking from right here, and it was just non-stop. So I believe the fitting got messed up or compromised when I was installing it. So I had to scrap that, money down the drain. That was a lot of money right there. But I ended up keeping this, so hopefully it works. You can tell. So when you guys have this set up, just get either a universal one, which that's going to be my next thing if this one fails, or you can just, you know, and it was tough. I had to play with, you know, with the measurements and cut and little by little until I got it to fit. And this is where it's at right now. So I mean, I don't know if it looks pretty, but it is holding. It does not look restricted. Nothing coolant. You know, hopefully will not leak from here. So far it's not leaking from here, and it is full of coolant. And then let's take a look at the eBay shroud. Alright, so here's a 12 Spal fan, and this is the eBay shroud that I got. I put some insulating tape on the sides. I should have put a little bit more. You can kind of see a little small gap. Did not account for that. But overall, it's really tight in there, as you can tell. It's right there, as you can see. I'm that far away from the slave, right there. It might be touching the fitting a little bit. But yeah, so that's what sucks. It's really close. I'm pretty sure if you get the CSF one, it'll be a little bit more closer. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. I ended up using this from the old one to a little bracket, just to keep it neat and tight in there. But yeah, and then my jumper harness, I have it right here. Well, not jumper harness, just a piggyback, so just extending the wires. And I put these little plastic taps in there to just keep it grounded, so that way it won't interfere or run into the serpentine belt and, you know, further damage or cause crap to happen. And then so far I grounded it right there. I'm not sure what this is. I believe this is a dampener. I'm not sure. If you know, let me know. A radiator fan dampener. And then I routed the switch right here, so it's all here, routed and grounded right there. Boom, running all the way back. So right now I'm keeping it like this just for testing purposes. So I want to see if the fan, you know, if it's not reverse polarity, if I did it right. And then switch and so forth, and then, you know, I'll tuck it in, make it look a little bit pretty for right now. But yeah, as it stands, here is the radiator. Not bad, everything clears. I ended up using the old EG radiator bracket mount, top mount. So far so good, so I'll keep you guys posted on the bleeding procedure, because I am starting to bleed, so I added coolant. I know these fittings are notorious, I mean these swivels, for leaking. So far it's holding, but I know it started leaking from right there, so hopefully fingers crossed everything works out. If this works out, you guys can utilize your, I'll call it like first gen swivel, and just change the thermostat to Integra type R, and, you know, be more efficient, make the 1/8 MPT, you know, spaced out holes. So yeah, hopefully everything works, fingers crossed. Yo, what's up everybody? So welcome back. I finally, off camera, put the car back together. As you can see, it's running and it's holding temperature, as you can tell. I had an issue where I kept on blowing, as you can see, the 15 amp coolant fan relay. I kept on popping that one, blowing that one up. So my issue was, I had the old setup from the EG, I mean the single fan, and it has like a dampening or a ground or something, and that kept on blowing up my fuse. So this is the original little pigtail I did, jumper, to connect from down there up. I ended up bypassing that and then soldering directly down there. You can tell. And I have to, you know, make sure I secure it so it won't hit the pulley belt, the serpentine and all that. It's right there, but I'm testing everything out. Got the 12-inch Spal fan. It's working beautifully. So you can tell it's kicking on. 187. And then it brings it back down to 185, and it shuts right off. It's amazing. It's nice. Something else. I am running a Type R, a 2001 DC2 Type R thermostat with the K20. This is a knockoff, but it's exactly the same thing. Swivel, first gen. This is the first one. No leaks, nothing, and it's holding steady. And that right there is an Integra Type R thermostat that I'm using, a 2001. I drilled 3 holes. Well, I already had one. I just cut the little rivet. 1/8 holes to bypass it quicker, and it's working beautifully. So for y'all out there that want to give a second chance to the bad review, bad rating swivel, just change to a Type R thermostat. Make sure to drill the holes, and I'm telling you, you're giving it a second life. It's working beautifully. As you can see, I brought it back down. I am trying to bleed as much as possible, because as everybody knows, K-series are really infamous for bleeding issues and keeping air pockets in there. Soon I'll be strapping everything back on and then taking it for a test drive, and then I'll adjust accordingly. Something else that I wanted to add on, I redid my heater hose line, and I'm telling you, it's amazing. Like, for anybody that wants to keep their heater, you don't even have to do that much. And let me tell you about it. Alright, so start off, you can just go to the junkyard I'm not sure the diameter of this, but I know the one that runs from this, I'm not sure if it's the inlet or the outlet, it's quite bigger. So I actually bought a universal K-tune kit, and I only ended up using this one right here from the kit. That's originally from that, right? The actual valve, it's actually originally from the car. That's originally from the car as well. I just modified it and cut it, and this is originally from the car as well. So if you guys have an EG or an EK and want to keep it, you just know that you're going to be able to reuse a lot of the stuff. You have to mod it. This actually came with the kit right here, this little bracket with the universal kit, and it's nice. I mean, I didn't even have to buy the kit. I could have just gotten to a junkyard, used this, or you can just get a different one. I know the diameter is slightly bigger to fit here, and hooked it up right there, and I could have saved myself pretty much, you know, money. And then with this K20 side water net, you can adjust how you want it, up, down, and it's just up to you. But you want to have it as close, far away as possible from the headers, so that way it's not heating up. Later on with time, I'm gonna see if I can put like a little heat shield or something on the actual valve. Because you can see I put it up purposely for the screws to screw, just a little plate or something to cover it. But I am gonna wrap the headers later on. But I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's working beautifully. It brings down the temps back to 185. You set it up however you want it. I'm gonna play it by ear as I go, and then adjust accordingly. But so far so good. It's holding really well. Something else that I wanted to add on, I changed to a manual starter. I believe the amperage or the voltage is the same. I believe it's the amperage and change. There's nothing wrong with the automatic one. I originally thought I had a bad starter, but it turned out it was a ground. So everybody, K-series are also infamous for proper grounding. So I have the transmission one, I have the valve cover, and then this was the culprit. I put a multimeter to it, and I was getting actually voltage. So this side right here, I'm gonna have to strip the paint or something, because that's where I originally had it before, when I had the half radiator. But that right there took out the issue. The car started right up, and for some reason the manual starter feels a lot better engagement. It could just be me, but I know Heavy Racing talked about it as well. Nothing wrong with the automatic one, but this one seems to work beautifully. And for anybody, this is actually from a 9th Gen SI, which I don't know. I mean, they're all the same. I know that has an R40 block, the K24 C7, but it fit perfectly, and that's what I'm running right there. It's from a 2012-2013 Civic SI on the K24 A2 or A from JDM. For anybody that wants to swap to a manual one, that works as well. So yeah, so this is pretty much gonna wrap it up, guys. I apologize for the delay. The car is done. Now it's time to drive it, test it around. If you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, leave them at the bottom. DM me directly at Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. That way when I upload, I don't upload as much as I want frequently, but I do. So thanks for watching. All right, time to scratch another one off the list. So we do have the Integra Type R 2001 one, so that's off the picture, and let's keep going.